Welcome to Dr.G's. Come on in. This is the front desk where I get all my work done. Our break room, very necessary and very rarely used. The laundry room, which is everyone's favorite spot. This is where most of the magic happens. Setting up patients on stem and heat. Getting ready for G to dig his gorilla heels in there. And this is our gym. So all post-rehab. Yeah, mostly rehab. Patients will come in and we'll, depending on the injury, teach them ways to strengthen muscles and engage whatever's weak. Stop it.
I got 15 minutes to go.
Bilko does the same thing.
This is Costa. Nah, I just sprained it real bad.
So when are you gonna be back on the bike?
Tomorrow?
Yeah, right.
That's this gumbo.
When's he gonna be back on the bike?
I'll be on the bike tomorrow. That's all I'm gonna say. Not tomorrow. Maybe next week.
Yeah, next
Maybe
week.
next.
How about X Games?
Man, it's a walk in the park.
Walk it. Gold medal, right? Just
Yeah.
If everything goes well.
Like to sleep with?
Do you want me to translate for you? We can put subtitles because sometimes it's really hard to understand.
yeah. Can I get that in English?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, basically, I was riding every weekend, just giving it heaps, mate, on the throttle, bit of clutch.
How's that working out for you?
It was good till last week.
Oh, jeez, dude.
So I just came in to see Dr.G because he cooks it up. So sick, dude.
How about X Fighters? Is that a walk in the park?
No, that's happened there in Dubai. That was second practice. So it went from having fun to being really angry.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I had to sit there and watch everyone else get trophies and jump around in turbans.
I've been doing surf for so long that, you know, for me, it's my job and I really love doing it, but I love motocross and geez, you know, every chance I get to go riding, you know, I'm on it, you know.
That's awesome.
You know, when you do something for a living your whole life, you know, you want to find something that you can love just as much, if not more, to, you know, take you away from that for a little bit. And, fortunately for me, I get, you know, just as a big adrenaline rush riding, even though I'm slow.
Is that your favorite thing to do, you think, out of everything you've done in your career?
What, X Games?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's pretty sick. I liked it when they ran Supercross. It's not as cool now that they took away that.
Yeah, they're doing Endurocross, huh?
Yeah, it's fun to watch. There's no way. I did all these right here on crutches and go right hand first class.
Dr.G, as I'm known to my friends, clients, and patients. I've been in practice here in Costa Mesa for about 22 years now. Deal with action sports athletes, ranging from motocross to surfing, skating, deal with some MMA guys, bands. It's been a fun ride, been doing it for about 22 years now and just love my job. It's not every day you get to show up to work and have fun and accomplish your task of getting people better. We're here at, it's called Natural Health Sports Therapy. Been here at this location in Costa Mesa for about 4 years now. It's perfect. We have a little bit of gym stuff, physical therapy, chiropractic, deep tissue, massage work. We're able to train people here, back here in the gym, and we got all the grounds covered here, and that's why the space, this facility is so special, I think. In the motocross, I've been very fortunate. I've been working since 1997. Tim Ferry was actually my very first patient, and then every year since then, it's just been somebody different. Worked with Ezra Luss for a long time. Fortunate enough to work with Ricky Carmichael for a while, Kevin Windham, Ryan Dungey. It's been a little bit of everybody from the very beginning, but this year I did something kind of different. It was cool for me. I work with Carrie Hart a lot, and Kenny Watson approached me. He's the team manager at Hart and Huntington, and I have a pretty good relationship with Ivan Tedesco. I've worked with him for the last 8-9 years, and worked with Josh Hansen last year, and they were all on the same team. So I did a team contract, which is the first time I've ever done something like that. I usually work just with individuals. So this year I decided to do a team deal with Hart and Huntington, and it's been a great decision. I really like Carrie and Kenny. I work well with them, and I'm specifically the Hart and Huntington team doctors. So I work with Josh Hill, Josh Hansen, Kyle Partridge, and Ivan Tedesco. You know, it all started with surfing, to be honest with you. That's my background. You know, I was a surfer, grew up doing surfing, and so the very first sport that I started to do stuff with was the ASP, and started working with professional surfers on tour. You know, Sonny Garcia, Cordell was my very first client, Todd Miller, and then every year I started working with a different surfer and started working on tour a little bit. And then the surfing, we got into skateboarding, and the skateboarding got into motocross. Motocross led to all the action sports, started helping out with X Games, and I've just been very fortunate. You know, there isn't an athlete in the action sports industry that I haven't at one time or another got my hands on. So I feel very blessed, very fortunate. It's a fun job, and we're able to help people when no one else can do that. You know, the supercross, motocross guys, you know, when it comes to cardio, they require the most amount of, that's the hardest part, I would say. Their heart rate, you know, I've run heart rate monitors on them before, so I know what they do. Ivan Tedesco's, I mean, when he's doing outdoors, his heart rate's up at 200 beats per minute. I mean, and it's there's no sport that does that. Everyone talks about soccer, everyone talks about all the, it's not even close. Right. So I've been there, I've done that, I've measured it. Motocross, outdoor racing, there's no sport like that, where their heart rate is at over 200 beats per minute for 35 minutes plus. That's unheard of. I tell doctors that I work with, I tell, you know, trainers, and they're like, there's no way. And I'm like, here, look at the results. It's, you know, they have we have heart rate monitors on them, we run it, there's nothing like it. And so I'd put them against any athlete in the world. You know, even endurance, you know, marathon runners, you know, moto is gnarly, and it's hard on the body. You know, I feel very fortunate. I hear the crutches in the background. It's probably one of the riders. Between Bilko, Robbie Madison, Andre Villa, Nate Adams, and a couple of guys, I've been very fortunate to build relationships with some of the freestyle guys, and they're all on tour on this X Fighters that's sponsored by Red Bull. And Robbie kind of brought it up to the director of the Red Bull X Fighters and said that they would really like to have me on tour with them because I'm familiar with their injuries. I have a relationship with them. I already know what injuries that are going on, and so we kind of put all our heads together and made it happen. And so Red Bull hired me to be kind of like the team doctor on site for the Red Bull X Fighters. It's kind of cool because it's all over the world. You know, I just got back from Dubai, and that was a great experience. Red Bull's a great company. They took really good care of me. I'm able to be on site with these freestyle motocross guys, and I'm able to help them. I know their injuries. I work on them on a regular basis anyway, so it was a perfect fit. You know, not only being a hard sport and a demanding sport, they also are the most injured sport of anything that I do. So having a team doctor or a doctor who's familiar with their injuries is imperative. I mean, it's just necessary. I know their injuries. There's not really too many of these the injuries that they have that I haven't seen before, being involved, you know, for over 20 years almost. So I think it's important that they have someone like me in their corner who's familiar with their injuries, somebody who can help them out, somebody who can understand the whole balance. It's part training, part flexibility, part strength, and part just recovery of their injuries. And so I understand that process. I've been doing it a while. I've learned from them as well as hopefully they've learned from me. So it's a good process. They feel comfortable with me. I've built a really good relationship, and they trust me and they listen to me. And then by having all those parameters in mind, they get better. Cool. Well, you know, like I mentioned before, you know, people get hurt in this injury on a regular basis. It's not if you get hurt, it's when. And, you know, other than the fractured bones, I think having a doctor, someone who does what I do, is just really an advantage, because we understand the injuries. It's ligamentous in nature, or, you know, there's bruising. And here at Natural Health Sports Therapy, we understand that we have machines, we have the physical therapy, we have combined with deep tissue massage, we have the instruments that can help speed up the recovery process and get them back on their bike faster. And for a motocross guy, time off the bike is not good. We need to get them back on the bike as fast as we can, because that's where they make their money. That's what their sponsors want them to do. That's what their team's expecting them. So that's why they come in here. We pretty much try and accelerate the healing process. We know if it's going from 8 weeks to 6 weeks, that 2 weeks really makes a difference. So it's not always like, you know, overnight. We're not doing any miracle stuff here. It's just, you know, we're familiar with the ways of getting people back on their bike quicker. Actually, you'd be surprised if you went up to the Hart and Huntington rig. You would think I have the magnet there, I have ultrasound, I have muscle stim, and if you went up into the upside of the rig, it's a pretty complicated. And I'm very fortunate. I've been working on tour in the Supercross for such a long time. The equipment has accumulated from rig to rig. You know, I was on Hart and Huntington for a while, helped out the Honda team when Ivan was there, when it was at Pro Circuit. So all that equipment is on a semi, and you'd be pretty surprised the amount of equipment. There's a table up there. I have tape. You know, it's I have to be ready for any situation. So instead of traveling with that stuff every single weekend in a backpack, we leave it on the semi, and we're able to help people out. We got to be ready for any type of injury that occurs. Now, also, there's the Asterisk truck there, which is, you know, Dr. Bodner and their whole crew does a great job of, you know, doing the things that I can't. You know, if it's broken, you know, they're there and they stabilize the patient. That's not in my scope of practice. So Dr. Bodner and the Asterisk crew does a really good job for immediate trauma and when they have to get to the hospital or do anything like that. Oh man, that's a loaded question. My background's surfing, you know, so I'm always going to enjoy working with the surfers. I have a good relationship, but you know, it's like these moto guys are starting to grow on my skin. You know what I mean? When you hang out with them, and you know, like it's pretty known out there. I've been working with him for 8 years. It's gone past the doctor-patient relationship. He's my good friend. I travel with him every weekend. You know, the same thing. You know, I've been hanging out with Bilko and Mato, you know, on the X Fighters thing. And when you hang out with them that much, no matter how annoying they might be, they end up becoming your friends, and it's one of those things, they start to grow on you. So, you know, I would say the sport that I do the most with is probably moto, and then the surfing. I've kind of, you know, when you're traveling that much with the moto guys, and you can't have your cake and eat it too, so you kind of have to make choices. So right now I've been kind of spending more time with the moto guys. Cool. On my Twitter, I never believed in the social media before, but you know, Dave Castillo from Asterisk signed me up on Twitter, and I was like embarrassed at first, but it's people contact me on there, so I'm Team Dr.G, TEAMDRG on Twitter and on Instagram, and then of course you can find us on the web here at naturalhealthsportstherapy.com, or you know, you can call us just Natural Health Sports Therapy. You can call and make an appointment, and you'd be surprised the type of people who call. You know, everybody rides. Okay, so yeah, we treat a lot of professional athletes, but that doesn't mean we can't treat the everyday rider. So we have a lot of success with helping people who crash on motorcycles, and whether you're Ricky Carmichael, Ivan Tedesco, Josh Hansen, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be a professional athlete to come in here and let us take